Swings are all cool, but I think you won't ever want to go near a park at night after watching this creepy video. You know, swings are the sweet daytime joy rides for kids and couples in love, but they take a spooky turn when the sun sets. Meet the creepy swing dancing alone to an eerie beat, and do you see that mysterious man by the tree? What does he have to do with it? No gust of wind can do this, so the question is, why is it moving? The fearless cameraman suspects foul play, thinking the man behind the tree might be some kind of puppet master here. However, plot twist alert, when he zooms in, the man is simply gone. How strange is that? Could this swing be haunted? Well, it was at least a lonely park at night, but at number 29, something scary happens in God's place that'll make you raise an eyebrow or two. You know, the temple of Sai Baba in India attracts thousands of, and there must be a particular reason for that. Now, Sai Baba has a fan base that swears by its supernatural skills. They pray, and bam, Sai Baba starts dropping wisdom in their dreams. But that isn't the only thing Sai Baba can do. A video surfaced recently, and people are losing their minds. Why? Because the Sai Baba statue in the temple appears to be moving. I mean, look closely. But there's more. It also looked like it was breathing. Yep, you heard it right. This divine figure is inhaling and exhaling. But the grand finale is even creepier. The pendulum suddenly crashed to the ground like a mic drop. I don't know about you, but a falling pendulum in a temple? That's a plot twist even Hollywood couldn't come up with. But number 28 is a real shocker that nobody could ever make up, because when it comes to mystery and spookiness, nothing beats the Egyptian stuff, right? Nebsenu is the 4,000-year-old Egyptian rock star statue at the Manchester Museum. So here's the scoop. Nebsenu was caught red-handed on camera busting a move. Rumor has it that this little 25-centimeter legend is so old that people are convinced it might even have some serious magical powers. I mean, how else can you explain a 4,000-year-old statue doing the twist? Now, the video went viral faster than you could subscribe to my channel. Several experts who examined the video footage say that the statue moved due to the vibrations of nearby pedestrians walking past it. Were they having a dance party? But here's the million-dollar question. Do you buy that explanation, or do you think there's some other mysterious ancient Egyptian magic at play? Now, if you think that all spooky things happen in temples or museums, you haven't seen number 27. Have you heard of Castlefield House in Manchester? Well, grab your popcorn because there's security camera footage from 2012 that's still the talk of the town. Imagine the scenario. Chairs are moving on their own, computers going on and off, shadows playing hide and seek on walls, filing cabinets deciding it's party time, and stacks of paper flying around. Hysterical! Now netizens are speculating that it's the job of some resident poltergeist. How else could you explain something like this? This is probably why nights are for sleeping and not for working. Well, I think you'll also reconsider having a game night after seeing number 26. Ouija boards are flat things with letters and numbers that are like the paranormal version of a keyboard. Humans use them to chat with spirits and ghosts. Humans are so talkative sometimes, talking to dogs, cats, dolls, and now even ghosts. Now in this video, 3 daring girls decided to stir the pot by asking the spirit some cheeky questions. Well, turns out the spirit was not in the mood. The pointer, or as it's also called, the planchette, started doing its own thing, and the spirit was clearly not a fan of disrespect. It went from 0 to angry real quick. Never disrespect a ghost like that. These participants had their hands on the planchette hoping to get some cosmic text messages, but beware my friends, because using Ouija boards is like opening a door to the spiritual Wild West. There's a chance you might end up with a ghostly grudge match, or even worse. So it's generally a bad idea to tick off the spirits. My advice to you, play some other game, like Monopoly perhaps. Anyways, do you think that pointer moved because an evil spirit was trying to scare these poor girls? Speaking of ghosts, number 25 is next level bizarre. Imagine sitting in a church when suddenly a video drops claiming a statue casually blinked. The guy filming was torn between playing it cool and sprinting to a priest. His wife was skeptical until she saw the video, sending her stress levels soaring. Now this blink, it was the blink of the century. But it gets even weirder. Whispers in the pews say this isn't the first time statues have blinked like that. Some think it's God's way of sending messages, so the Catholic Church is on high alert, investigating like religious detectives. Your typical Sunday service just turned into a suspense thriller. Watch out for winking statues. They might be the real holy messengers in disguise. But these statues aren't the only thing you should watch out for. Just think, it's nighttime, and you find yourself in a shadowy alley that could use a few more streetlights. And then, suddenly out of the blue, a motorcycle decides to scare the shit out of you. No one's around, the crickets are on coffee break, and the air is just quiet. A literal ghost rider. This two-wheeler, guided by an invisible force, drives around for a little bit before falling down. Just imagine waking up to find your next beloved bike playing hide and seek in the middle of the night. Creepy. But that's just nothing compared to what I'm going to show you at number 23. It's a spooktacular tale from the Capuchin catacombs in Palermo, Italy. Meet Rosalia Lombardo, aka Sleeping Beauty, the mummy sensation. Born in 1918 and tragically departing at the age of 2. Her mummy is so well preserved that visitors claim she's more than just a mummy. Several visitors have seen her eyelids opening with rapid eye movement. Now she's center stage in a glass case at the catacombs where you can witness her eerily lifelike features, from wavy hair to a delicate baby face. It's kind of disturbing, isn't it? So if making eye contact with a mummy is on your bucket list, you know where to go. I think I must sit this one out. But why should mummies have all the fun? Hogwarts wizardry is enough to freak us out. If you see what I have at number 22, you'll agree with me. Imagine you're cleaning and out of the blue, the broomstick decides it's had enough and takes a nosedive. Rumor has it, it's not just clumsiness, it's a poltergeist. As you can see in the video, a warning sign is the first to act sus, moving and falling to the ground out of nowhere. In the security camera footage, you see a woman entering the room to see where the sound was coming from. For a little while, nothing weird seems to happen, until the cleaner steps into the room and the ghost decides to make his next move. The broomstick forcefully gets smashed to the floor, the cleaner makes a run for it, as he rightfully should. And if you thought that wasn't terrifying yet, at number 21, I'll show you heart-pounding footage of pure terror. Suppose you're strolling through an art gallery minding your own business, and suddenly, bam! The statue decides to break free from its stony stillness and start to move all on its own. The footage captured in August 2014 reveals the statue's sudden burst of life. Forget Toy Story, it's time for statue story. Since that fateful day, conspiracy theories have been all over. Some locals have convinced there's a mischievous ghost pulling the strings, probably looking for a supernatural rave to crash. Here's where it gets wild. Witnesses claim the statue isn't just dancing its heart out, it's got some sinister plans. Imagine this stone-cold killer suddenly becomes a serial killer at night. So what do you think could be happening here? Let me know in the comments. Now, if you thought you had seen it all, these cameras at number 20 have captured something I know all about. Just as you can see, a reporter just doing her job, thinking they're about to deliver some riveting news, when out of the blue, or should I say out of the galaxy, the real riveting news happens. So we're in Turkey in October 2007. This reporter's given the performance of a lifetime when BAM! UFOs decide to crash the party. Not just one, but a whole squad of UFOs show up uninvited. Cue the gasps from the onlookers who are probably thinking, did I accidentally walk out the set of a sci-fi movie? Now, the internet gossip mill claims this is one of the most legit UFO sightings ever caught on camera. The more these alien ships pop up, the more people gather around. We didn't mean to scare y'all, we're just intergalactic tourists looking for the best selfie spots. Well, Earth doesn't need aliens to create an air of mystery when you have kitchens like the one at number 19. This looks straight out of a horror film, but the scariest part is, it happened in real. Scouse Mouse, the British YouTube guy, caught his kitchen going bonkers for just 3 more days after things get spooky. Imagine entering your kitchen to get some snacks and suddenly every object starts moving. The real headliner? A 2-liter Coke bottle stealing the show. Did you notice how the liquid moves before the bottle does? How do you explain that? To me, that proves that the bottle was definitely not moving by a string. Could this be a thirsty ghost? But let me warn you, number 18 will only get creepier. Meet Boggs 182, the culinary Sherlock Holmes. He's slaving away at the restaurant when suddenly trays decide to pull a gravity-defying stunt and crash to the ground. Such a classic dinner show. Now, this is not funny though. The restaurant must be haunted. I don't want to rain on anyone's paranormal parade, but skeptics might argue that there's an invisible tray thrower who was just off camera. Like, where would they be hiding? Behind the spaghetti pots? It was surely a prank. The question is, was it a man or a ghost playing with us? Before I go to number 17, I want to say, watching this at your own risk, because these visuals will creep you out. There's this YouTube dude, Paul Hayward, who's convinced that a doll from the disco era is seriously haunted. So what does Paul do? He sets up a camera, leaves a clock next to the doll, and then goes away. Now, here's where it gets spooky. The doll's arm moves as time passes, and its head follows suit. It's like the doll is auditioning for a sequel of Annabelle. By the end of the video, that doll has pulled off a 180-degree turn. Now, I don't know about you, but I've seen enough puppetry disasters to spot a rogue string or two. Yet in Paul's ghostly footage, there's no sign of fishing lines or puppeteers hiding in the shadows. So did we witness the paranormal prowess of a possessed doll, or Paul's future in horror filmmaking? And when it comes to being haunted and possessed, why not make it creepier and scarier if you can? Get ready, because at number 16, a wild ride got caught on someone's home security cam. Suppose you're casually scrolling through footage, everything seems chilled, and something spooky catches your eye. A possessed stuffed animal decides it's time to break free from the cuddly life. But hold your skepticism, folks, because this CCTV footage doesn't exactly scream legit. It still looks more like someone's pulling your plush leg. Maybe it's just a prank and some mischievous masterminds out there having a laugh. Who knew teddy bears had a secret life beyond bedtime stories and tea parties? Moving on from teddy bears to number 15, where you probably have to rewind the footage because you may not believe your eyes. YouTuber Yasar Kara faced off with her resident poltergeist, and it's not your typical ghost story. Brave Yasar directly confronted the spirit, challenging it to a coin-flipping showdown, and just see what happened. Skeptics piped up, suggesting magnets might be pulling a fast one on us. One YouTuber even insisted on a glass table for the ultimate ghost legitimacy check. But can the magnets do this kind of coin stunt? Well, some raise an eyebrow. Let's give credit. Yasar's got guts facing off with a coin-flipping phantom. Talking about raising eyebrows, number 14 is truly unbelievable. Nothing spooky in it, but does this man have any superpowers? This mysterious guy is from Thailand. He introduces us to a card-wielding wizard pulling off mind-bending moves with just a playing card and some serious brain power. He's flipping that card like a superhero in a low-budget film, and there's no sneaky business, no strings, no magnets, just pure cardistry. Commentators are throwing around theories like ancient key energy, earned through the Zen art of prolonged meditation. If you're a magician with the 411 on this sorcery, please step forward. Now let me show you some more creepy footage of a house that might give you a phobia of dolls. Janelle Crawford, a YouTuber, claims her American Girl doll has a life of its own when no one's looking. She puts it positively, so it sounds nice, but the footage is very unsettling. Because it's not an ordinary Toy Story, it's apparently pulling off secret moves when no one's watching. Janelle sets up a sting operation. Before demonstrating, Janelle shows us that there are no strings attached to the doll, and that there is no one in the room with her. She leaves the room for a quick moment, does a quick twirl, and there you go, the doll is now on the other side of the bed. Since I don't want any cuts or editing in this video, I feel like this doll might be creepier than we think. But to be honest, you haven't seen anything unless you watch number 12. This must be the work of a real ghost because, once again, we have a Ouija board here. 3 brave men with a Ouija board are ready to stir up some supernatural trouble. They're all huddled together, nerves on edge, with a camera rolling to capture any ghostly shenanigans. Now, these guys are in for a surprise because something out of the syllabus happened here. The Ouija Bear decides to steal the show. As the tension rises, one dude's wiping sweat like he's in a sauna, and another's fidgeting in his chair like it's made out of pins and needles. Just see closely, around the 40-second mark, the Ouija Bear makes its move. Literally, its head starts moving, and before you know it, it's giving these guys a front row seat to its creepy antics. The guy on the left catches a glimpse, but probably thinks it's just his mind playing tricks on him. Fast forward a bit, and the bear's still at it, pulling off moves. When they finally inspect the bear, it's as innocent as a stuffed animal can be. No strings attached. Literally. Now, here's where it gets juicy. Frustrated, they decide to continue their planchette, but as you guessed it, the Ouija Bear strikes again, going into full-on possession mode. The trio couldn't believe their eyes and ran away. Now, number 11 wasn't just something scary. It also happened in a hospital. Imagine being a chill security guard at an Indian hospital. One day as he strolled for a water break, the universe decided to spice up his routine. An innocent-looking wheelchair parked outside began a slow and deliberate journey towards the hospital entrance, defying all laws of inanimate object behavior. The security guard's face, a masterpiece of shock and confusion. According to hospital lore, the wheelchair was allegedly possessed by a ghost desperate to break free. Apparently, strange things like this seem to happen quite often in this hospital. So if anything ever happens to me, don't bring me to this hospital. Now, we're at the top 10. Let's ditch hospitals for a second, okay? I mean, those places practically have a PhD in paranormal stuff. But what about your home? The supposed safe havens? Just see this clip and know that the scariest thing that takes place in your own house. Enter Brad Pryor's 2016 kitchen escapade. The dude felt all cozy until his kitchen stuff went rogue. Utensils started a rebellion and snacks played hide and seek in the microwave. Brad decided to install a kitchen cam to make sure he wasn't going crazy. Turns out he wasn't just making things up. The video revealed that his kitchen was a supernatural hotspot. Every object in this kitchen decided to do something it shouldn't be doing. Now, I get it, things weren't always what they seem, but after Brad's Kitchen Chronicles, I'm side-eyeing my blender. Who knows? But after you have seen number 9, you would be happy if your kitchen was the only supernatural thing, so beware. In 2011, a paranormal explorer group descended upon Veracruz, Mexico, seeking supernatural vibes in a place called Reno Magico. Forget your typical abandoned spots, they had their eyes set on something truly eerie. They stumbled upon a collection of statues, including the Disney-fied 7 dwarves from Snow White. But here's the kicker, Snow White herself wasn't playing by the usual rules. Something felt off, and upon closer inspection, the explorers zoomed in on her face, and what they saw then drove them crazy. Snow White blinked not once, but twice, giving a whole new meaning to animated character. Would you ever watch Disney again? Now, we can't blame Snow White for doing this because even a god is doing such things at number 8. As you can see, at this palace, people were ready for peace when the Buddha statues decided to break into an unexpected lip-sync battle. Yep, you heard me right. That stone-cold statue suddenly started moving its lips, chest, and eyes. For a solid hour, these statues put on a show that made everyone's jaws drop. And just when you thought the party was getting started, they hit pause and left everyone with a billion questions. I'm so intrigued by your mysterious Earth. But number 7 is not as naive as the talking Buddha. Brace yourself because this one can be a real shocker. The calm and collected world of a camera feed. All seems normal until, wait for it, a wild bicycle makes its grand entrance. The weirdest part is, as you can see, no rider in sight, just your average everyday ghost bike. Bikes can't stand upright since they're known to have an unusual stability, so a bike certainly won't be able to ride by itself. The video's backstory? God knows. All I know is that I have never seen this happening on my planet. Now, I've shared all types of footage in this video which had some mystery or horror, but none of them had that goosebumps moment that you'll get from number 6. Let me take you back to the wild days of 1995 when even the gods were feeling a bit parched. Hindus around the globe, from South Hall to Singapore, were convinced that they caught Ganesha, the god of prosperity, gulping down spoonfuls of milk. Suddenly, dairies ran dry, milk prices skyrocketed, and it was like a divine milkshake party. Now I know what you're thinking. Did Ganesha really have an appetite for dairy, or were people just falling for some cosmic prank? Well, buckle up, because the truth is, this divine milk-chugging spectacle wasn't a one-time gig. August 2006 and September 2010 rolled around and Ganesha apparently got thirsty again. But before you start planning your next milk offering ritual, here's the scoop. Experts, being the party poopers they are, claim it's all just a result of good old capillary, a fancy term for the liquid being sucked into a narrow space, so no divine lactose intolerance or supernatural sips, just some physics playing tricks on our global eyes. Or is it? Okay, since we're entering the top 5, let's kick it off with the craziest thing so far. A man who could summon UFO. Can you believe it? This is Prophet Yahweh, aka Ramon Watkins, who claims to have the UFO hookup. Back in 2005, he boldly announced he could summon a UFO, and skeptics scoffed. However, a Las Vegas news channel took the bait, set a date, and filmed the event. But everyone's jaw dropped when, after some celestial prayers, an orange sphere appeared in the sky. Is Ramon onto something, or was it just a cosmic coincidence? The truth about UFOs remains unsolved, but everyone has had one simple question since then. Can he call aliens? He certainly didn't call me, but let me ask my friends. Before I continue to number 4, I want to give you a strict disclaimer because it's extremely scary. See this poor guy in the video? He wasn't just dishing out storage advice, he unintentionally became a paranormal sensation. He's casually sharing cabinet wisdom when, out of the blue, the darn door slams shut, and he jumps like it's a horror movie audition. No wind, no windows nearby, just a cabinet with a mind of its own. The kicker? He claims he was home alone. Now every creak and groan has him going crazy. He's spooked, vowing never to fly solo on camera again. Who could blame him? But I'm not done yet. The top 3 are going to freak you out even more. Imagine prepping for the ultimate home bash at the party store. Whistles, costumes, the whole shebang. Now, meet our unsuspecting hero navigating the aisles, blissfully ignorant of the package on the floor moving on its own. Do you see it? Strange, right? But that's not all. Lights flicker, shelves quake, and it hits him. As soon as he realizes that something paranormal might be happening, he leaves as fast as he possibly can. The video, though grainy, captures the essence of a supernatural retail nightmare. Sadly, we'll never know why this ghost was doing this. Now, at number 2, I find a video that is way scary because till now, you thought only the night was full of terror. Well, that's not true. This place's owner is basically the VIP host of a supernatural party, experiencing strange happenings 24/7. In bright daylight, out of nowhere, a bowl falls on the floor and shatters into pieces. No logic, no wind, and definitely no nylon scapegoat. The bizarre incident unveils an eerie atmosphere. The store owner, summoned by the noise, discovers an empty store and a broken object. A perplexing and dark mystery unfolds, leaving an unsettling air. Talking about mysteries, number 1 might be the most famous and the most mysterious object that got caught moving on camera. We all know Pixar's fully animated film, released by Walt Disney Pictures on November 22nd, 1995, centers on toys that mysteriously spring to life. But what if I tell you that didn't only happen in the movie? In a bizarre twist, a parent's attempt to purchase a Woody doll for that child turned into something different. The parent accidentally captures an uncanny real-world phenomenon. Woody, initially confined to his box, inexplicitly relocates within seconds. Looks like Woody was tired and decides to sit down. But this hasn't been the only time a Woody doll got caught in the act. In another video, Woody, positioned on a kitchen, briefly gazes at an observer before returning to a lifeless state. The climax occurs as Woody, chillingly, falls into a sink. Is this evidence of a paranormal activity, or was Toy Story actually based on real events? Having seen the movie does make it less scary. Wow, your Earth definitely scared me. Do you humans believe in the supernatural, or is there a logical explanation for these occurrences? Let me know in the comments and subscribe for more fascinating videos. Now join me on my next adventure to explore the Earth in this vid.